Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We finally made it to the winter storm. Of course, we've been talking about it all week since really last Friday. We were beginning to see this winter storm showing up late this week, and now it's finally here. It has arrived. It's already impacting much of the state. Many of us seeing snow coming down, including here in the Portland area, and things have trended colder. It has remained a whole lot colder than a lot of forecasts have shown this morning, and so therefore I think we will end up with a bit more snow in many locations along the coastline, especially where it is still snowing out there. We've had major impacts actually down in York County, where not a lot of snow was expected, and we had a couple inches this morning, and it led to plenty of crashes on the turnpike and very treacherous driving conditions there. So take it easy if you do have to be driving out there today. Of course, travel is going to be messy both today and tomorrow as well. Let's zoom in on our radar here. You can see, of course, the winter storm now affecting much of the state. Snow coming down here in Portland. I was just outside. It is coming down here at the station. Already a dusting in downtown Portland, and plenty of snow falling inland from there. I saw some videos from the Sebago Lake area. Snow is coming down hard there. Roads are slick and snow covered. So it is we're really beginning to see some messy conditions from this storm, and things are only going to get more messy as we head towards the afternoon and evening. So take it easy out there today. A great day to stay home and just enjoy that first big snow of the season. So yes, temperatures have remained a lot colder than forecast this morning. So that has kept Portland in the snow. It's still snowing there even at 10:18 a.m. Most models had showed us changing over to rain by this point. I still think we will change over to rain at some point today in the Portland area, but I think that our totals will end up a little bit higher because temperatures are overall running a little bit colder. So of course, snow coming down to most of Cumberland, most of York County as well, and in much of the mountains as well. Freiburg getting some heavy snow right now. So drop where you're watching from. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Been snowing in Rumford since 6 this morning, says Tammy. Thank you for the report. If you have any snow totals, I would love to hear those as well. I would love to hear what you guys are seeing wherever you live. Good morning, all light mist with a little bit of flakes here in Auburn. Yep, you are still not seeing a whole lot there. Notice how the bulk of the precipitation has not made it into Androscoggin County yet. So that will reach Auburn probably by lunchtime. It'll really start coming down there, and it's going to be coming down hard and fast through the rest of the day today. All right, let's talk about our winter alert, or actually our temperatures, I should say. Portland at 32 degrees, very easily could see some icy spots out there with the snow still coming down. We're 31 in Lewiston, 31 in Freiburg. Let's zoom in a bit here with our temperatures. We're 37 in Cape Elizabeth, probably all rain there, and will be rain for most of the event. The rain snow line, if I can draw it for you guys here. Hold on just one second. I'm going to try to draw our rain snow line here, probably somewhere right about here. Anywhere closer to the coast of that line is going to be pretty much all rain. Anything further inland from there is going to be pretty much all snow. So it just depends on where that line sets up through the rest of the day today. It may end up not really moving inland a whole lot, and that will, of course, have big implications on our snow totals here. So let's go head up towards the mountains with our snow, with our current temperatures, I should say. We're 30 in Paris, 33 in Roxbury, 27 in Rangeley, 1 inch in Lyman. Thank you, Joshua. Alicia says nothing in Lisbon. Don't worry, just going to be starting a little bit later since you're further into the interior of Maine. You're still getting plenty of snow. It just may take a little while to start. I just got a call from Charlie. Hello, Presty. I'll have to give him a call back. Old Orchard Beach, mixed rain and snow. Now, yeah, that cold air has made it all the way to the immediate coastline, which most models had Old Orchard Beach staying all rain today. So that has me a little concerned that we'll likely end up seeing some bigger totals here at the coastline. So 347 inch in North Saco on the Route 1 side. Thank you for the report, Scott. A nice, very accurate measurement there. Got nothing in Rumford. Don't worry. Still hasn't really started there. Further interior portions of Maine, in the mountains especially, may not even start till earlier this afternoon. snowing in Warren. Thank you, Lynn, for that report. Keep them coming. I'd love to hear what you guys are seeing out there. All right. If you are in inland York, if you are in inland Cumberland, if you are in Androscoggin County, if you are in Kennebec County, 6 to 12 inches of snow, probably close to a foot in many locations. Lewiston, Auburn included in that. Likely a little bit less in the Augusta area. I think about a half foot in the Augusta area, but still some impressive totals. This snow is very wet and slushy, so it makes things pretty slippery. So just be careful if you're driving out there. Jeff says, just ramped up in Naples in past hour, looking like we were in a snow globe, a fast inch here. It is coming down quick. Once it starts, the ground should be coated in just a few minutes. That's how hard it is coming down in many locations. Snowing briskly in Gorham, but just a coating on the road at this point, says John. Thank you for the report. Yeah, we'll continue to see that snow coming down. Gorham should stay mainly all snow today. Winter weather advisory at the coastline, but 2 to as much as 7 inches of snow possible. Even here in Portland, I would not be surprised if we wrap this event up tomorrow and we have 6 inches of snow on the ground after this storm. Due to the colder temperatures, the snow starting a little earlier, and we're not rain yet here at the coastline. Makes me think that will likely end up with a little bit more snow here. Hope says nothing in Mechanic Falls. It is heading your way. You'll see that starting there pretty shortly. If you're in the mountains, a good 9 to 15 inches of snow. Franklin, Oxford, Somerset counties, Freiburg, Rangeley, Paris, South Paris, all those locations, a foot or more of snow, up to a foot and a half in the higher elevations. Here's the snow map, you guys. 3 to 6 inches on the west side of Portland. Portland probably ends up with around 3 to 4 inches or so. 6 to 12 in the Lewiston area, right around a half foot in Augusta, 10 to 15 inches in the mountains, and as much as 18 inches in the higher elevations. Elevation is really going to play a role here. The higher in elevation you are, the more snow you will see. All right, tracking this thing out for you. All right. Models do have the rain snow line pushing inland. As of right now, that is not happening. It is actually doing the opposite. If anything, it is getting closer to the coastline, but we will keep an eye on that. I think it probably will push a little bit further inland, switching us over to rain, at least for a brief period of time in the Portland area this afternoon. Now, as we head towards this evening, things are going to ramp up even more. We'll really start to see those very heavy snowfall rates, those very heavy precipitation rates coming down, and that will probably pull the rain snow line back into the Portland area. And whatever side of that rain snow line we end up on in Portland will have, of course, the big impact on our totals. If we end up on the snowy side this evening, well, we're probably going to be talking about a half foot of snow here. If we end up on the rainier side, we'll probably just end up with a couple inches. Right now, though, things have been trending colder. I think probably not a guarantee, of course, but there is a chance that we do end up on that colder and snowier side. John says, looks like the snowmobiles and ski folks will be smiling. Yeah, they're going to be smiling. They're going to be very happy about this storm. Saddleback, Sugarloaf, going to be loving this. Even Pleasant Mountain up in the Bridgeton area, going to love this as well. How much in Portland? Joel says, Joel, about 3 to 4 inches would be my best bet. Up to 6, not out of the question. As low as an inch or 2, also not out of the question, due to that rain snow line fluctuating back and forth through the day today. All right, rain/snow continues all through the overnight. Here we are, 2:30 in the morning. 2:30 in the morning, we're probably going to see that rain snow line still sitting right over Portland. And as I just mentioned, whatever side of that rain snow line we end up on is going to have a big implication for our snow totals. Zach says, safe to go skiing at Wildcat or Attitash today? I would say yes. Just be careful driving there. And there may be a lift hold due to the winds, although the wind's not a huge factor with this storm. So I would say it's pretty safe. Just, of course, the driving conditions might be a little dicey getting to Wildcat or Attitash, but Wildcat and in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, 20 inches in the high elevations, not out of the question with this storm. All right. The snow will continue into tomorrow. If we say all rain in Portland tonight, at the very least, will end as a burst of snow tomorrow, which will likely put down a quick couple inches. So I think we'll either way end up with at least an inch or 2 of snow in the Portland area. High end amounts up to 6 to 7, low end amounts just a coating or so. Things wrap up heading into Saturday evening, and overall looking quieter on Sunday. And I stay to clear out and to clean up. All right, let's talk about the winds. Breezy out there, not a huge power outage potential, but it is going to be a bit breezy. Winds gusting up close to 40 miles per hour along the coastline, maybe even 45, 35 mile per hour gusts inland. Due to the heavy wet snow, that could lead to a scattered outage or two, but overall, not a huge power outage threat here, which is probably good news that many of you like to hear. So power outage is not a huge concern with this storm. Of course, the heavy snowfall rates and the messy roads, I think, are the biggest concern here. So going to jump back into the radar. I'm going to roll through this one more time before I wrap this live up. Of course, I'll be on at noon today for you guys. And Charlie will have updates all afternoon and evening. And I will actually be in here tomorrow morning to give you guys some updates as well with some totals and things like that. Just starting here in Carrabassett, starting at the beginning of about a 15 to 18 inch snowfall there. So enjoy that, Klein. Wish I was up there with you. Events planned on Saturday morning in Winslow, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thoughts on conditions at that time, Mark? Hold on one second. Winslow, right near Waterville. I would say it's still going to be snowing pretty good, Mark, between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. in Winslow, especially because you're in central Maine. So I would think that it will still be a little bit messy out there in Winslow tomorrow morning. All right, David saying, what's the foothills looking like? 6 to 12 inches is the best bet for the foothills. As much as 15, though, not out of the question, David, in the foothills. All depending on elevations. If you're at the top of 1,000-foot mountain or hill, you're probably going to end up with over a foot. If you're down 5, 6, 7, 800 feet elevation, likely a little bit less. Elevation is going to be a big factor with this storm. All right, let's talk about the radar really quickly here before I wrap things up. Still coming down with the snow here in Portland. Things trending colder, as I mentioned earlier, which may end up giving us a little bit more snow than was originally forecast. Going to be very closely watching that rain snow line throughout the day today. Of course, let's talk about our temperatures. Still at freezing here in Portland. That is the key. If we've been staying at freezing when we're forecast to rise well above freezing by this point. A lot of the models had us at 35, 36 by this point, and look at that. We are still at 32. So that makes me think Portland likely ends up with a little bit more snow than originally forecast. 32 in Gray, 31 in Lewiston, and we're still in the 20s and 30s in the mountains. Jay, Dixfield inches, 6 to 12, up to 15, not out of the question in Jay, Dixfield. Donna Jean. John, thank you so much. Fantastic report with great energy and personality. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. That actually made my day. So thank you. I'm glad you guys appreciate the updates here. All right, winter storm warning. If you are in inland Cumberland, York County, Androscoggin, or Cumberland, 6 to 12 inches of snow. Lewiston, Auburn, Augusta, you're in that 6 to 12 inch rain. Sanford, Bridgeton, Windham, Gorham, likely on the edge of that 6 to 12 inch range there. At the coastline, 2 to as much as 7 inches with the winter weather advisory. The Weather Service did mention that there is the chance of this getting upgraded to a warning, all depending on where that rain snow line goes this afternoon. So we'll be closely watching that. If we do get into a warning, well, we'll be talking about a lot bigger totals here along the coastline. Boothbay, Gina, I'd say a slushy inch or two in Boothbay, just because you're right along the coast, although it may end up a little more than that. The winter weather advisory that you are in Boothbay has the potential for as much as 7 inches of snow. So if it stays really cold in Boothbay, then we will maybe see a little bit more. Saco, great time. I think right around 1 to 2 p.m. or so, things will begin wrapping up in Saco, Dana. Thanks for the question. Joella, how much is expected in Brunswick? Brunswick under the winter weather advisory, but just a little bit inland. I'd say 2 to 4 inches, a good bet there. As much as 7, though, not out of the question with that winter weather advisory. Corey asking about Sabattis. Hold on, I'll get to you in just a second here. I make sure I'm getting all these locations exactly right so I can give you the best possible answer here. Sabattis, just to the east of Lewiston. Oh yeah, you're getting a good amount of snow in Sabattis. Corey, you're getting a good amount of snow in Sabattis. It looks like a good 6 to 12 inches there, up to a foot, not out of the question in Sabattis. Of course, biggest totals in the foothills and mountains, up to 15 to 18 inches of snow. One quick look at that snow map here. You can see the highest totals inland. Not out of the question to get up to 6 inches in Portland. We'll be closely watching that rain snow line today. Stay safe, everybody, on the roadways. A great day to stay inside and not drive. Of course, a great day to walk around and check out the snow, but not the best day to be on the roads out there. So a foot to a foot and a half in Lewiston. Everybody enjoy that first beautiful snow of the season. It's a very sticky snow. It'll stick to all the trees and make everything look beautiful today. So hopefully we can minimize power outages. Everybody gets a nice, pretty snow, and we can keep impacts to a minimum. Of course, this ends tomorrow afternoon and evening. I'll have updates for you at noon. Charlie will have updates this evening. And of course, I will be in tomorrow morning to give you guys some updates. So hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there and enjoy your Friday.
This has been live interactive Weather Authority coverage from CBS 13.